Hello and welcome to ServiceDesk Plus. We are delighted to have you here. This webinar is the first of its kind, and we hope to do more of this very often. As you would notice, this is also the first of webinars from the user education team, and we hope to have a roundup of all that is new in ServiceDesk Plus after every major release. As for me, my name is Hannah, and I'm part of the user education team at ServiceDesk Plus. I have been with ManageEngine for the last 6 years. So at ServiceDesk Plus, my team and I create all the documentation around the product and in the product. And we are continuously finding newer ways to create better and more engaging content for our users. So before we jump headlong into the webinar, here are a few housekeeping items. All attendee lines are muted by default. So if you do have any questions during the course of the webinar, please use the Q&A panel in the lower right corner of your screen and send them across to us. And at the end of this session, we have a Q&A during which Santosh Mahiban, who is no stranger to our customers at Service Desk Plus, will help me answer the questions. And if you're going to be joining us late, don't worry, a recording of the session will be sent to all of you in a couple of days' time. If you do have any feedback and questions, please mail them across to the email addresses available on the screen. So this is the rough agenda we will follow for this webinar. Some of you may have seen these features already. These were released as part of Service Desk Plus 11.1, resource management, resource images, request tagging, page scripts, reply templates, and the My Assets widget. So what we will do is that we will go through each of these features and see how they are useful, how they could be useful to our users of Service Desk Plus. We will see who gets to access these and how you can configure these features. So yeah, resource management. So what is resource management? As the name indicates, it's a feature that helps you manage your resources effectively. And you can find it on the home page and also under projects, the projects module. Now, the roles responsible would be the SD admin and the SD coordinator. Over and above these are all the project people who have individual access to the projects will also have some amount of access into the resource management. So let's see how this makes life easy for us. This is, as you could see, this is the admin login and this is the home page. So this is resource management. And this is how the page appears, the tab appears to the SD admin or the SD coordinator. Here are all the resources. By resources, we mean the technicians. And this you can alter by saying you want to look at groups of technicians, only the technicians in certain groups. You can look for specific technicians. Yeah. And then you can look at the hours. Now, you can look at it across days, you can look at it across weeks, and then by hours as well. As far as the colors, you can play around with the colors. You can use priority colors, you can use colors, specific colors for status and the task type. So all the legends, the figure legends, are available right at the bottom of the page. Now when you were looking at days, some of you may have noticed that there are some blue triangles, red triangles that are appearing in the checks. Red triangles indicate that the person's overutilized. Blue indicates that the person is underutilized. And if you notice this sort of discrepancy and you would like to move around the load so that your resources are all well utilized, merely need to do a drag and drop. Using a very simple drag and drop operation, you will be able to move these tasks across your resources, right? So besides this region, which the SD admin and the SD coordinator have sole access, you can also access resource management under projects if you have a project role. So this is also project resource management under projects. So under each project, also the resource management tab is available where you will be able to add tasks and move tasks around. So to recap what resource management is all about, it provides you an overview or a bird's eye view of how the tasks in the application are allocated among all your technicians. You can plan and manage the load so that the right technicians are assigned the right tasks using a simple drag and drop method. And we also provide you multiple options to alter the look and feel, the colors, the display. You can alter the display using task type, priority, and status. And over and above this, you can list about 500 rows, 500 resources can be managed at any one time. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, resource images. uh, as you know, we need images are very interesting in the sense that they are an image is worth 100 words or 1,000 words, right? So this time we provide you the option to add images to your resources. So most often resources are available under the service template. So we'll move on to the service template. What's interesting about these images is that regardless of the number of words that we use to describe a resources, nothing like providing an image. And that's the reason why we've given you an option to add images. So how do you add images? Now this is a template that we have pre-configured. How to add an image, I will show you. Here's a resource that you add. These are the pre-existing questions in the template which are hard-coded into the application. We have already made several images available to all the questions added here. But if you do not want these questions and you would like to add a new question, under the new question, you can enable an image and add and go ahead and add images. The formats that we support are PNG, GIF, JPEG, and JPG. Per question, you can add about 5 images. So these are the questions that that we have loaded with images for the service template for requesting a laptop. Now let's see how this appears to your user. I'm going to log out as the admin and log in as a user. So here's Lily. She would like to request request a laptop. So she goes to hardware. She's placing a request for the laptop. And here she sees Apple, Dell, and HP, which she instantly recognizes. She clicks for Apple and then she looks at the other accessories available and then the software that she will need to get. And then she adds the request. Makes it that much more easier for your user. So going back for a short recap, resource images are available in the service template and only the SD admin has access to this, to configuring this. And we provide you 4 formats for service template images, and you can add up to 5 images per option. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, request tagging. This thing, this feature came up after a lot of requests from our users to find an effective way to look for and search for requests. So we came up with the idea of adding tags to requests. So, and where can you add these tags? These can be added in the request details page. And who can add them? All users, whoever has an edit request permission. And this, as we already discussed, helps you locate your requests easily. So let's see how to add a tag to a request. Now there are several requests here. So let's pick one. There are two places where you can add tags. One is in the right panel. Here, right here, you can add tags. There are some tags that we have already loaded for the scope of this webinar, but I can still you can still add a new thing. I'm going to add say keyboard and save. It gets saved. I think I can save it properly and save. Right. The other place where you can add a tag is under actions. Right at the bottom, right at the end, you have view tags. In this read here, you could also go and add tags. Per request, per request, you will be able to add 10 tags, and that's the maximum. So what happens if you add these tags? How do they make life easy? Go click on this search button. On the drop down, click here, requests, and then click tag. And let me look for all requests tagged with telephone. And all the requests that have been tagged as telephone get displayed for me here, so that I can all select them together and do any of the bulk operations that are available for the requests. So to recap on what request tagging does, it helps you tag requests for easy identification and grouping. Creating more tags makes it easy for you to look for related requests so that you can perform any bulk actions required, and you can add up to a maximum of 10 tags for each request. So moving on to one of the very interesting features of this release, page scripts. So page scripts, of course, only the SD admin has access to page scripts. What we would be doing with page scripts, what page scripts enables or empowers the SD admin to do is to customize application pages. By page and by user, you will be able to customize a page. Now let's see what are the great things that you can do with page scripts. Page scripts, you can find page scripts under general settings. So here are some rules that we have already created, but a couple of words before we get into it. So what page scripts, as I already said, you can customize the page. What do you mean by customizing a page? For example, you have a request that comes in, say, over a phone call, and you do not want to assign that request to anybody. What you can do is that you can hide the assign button in the request details page. So let's see how we can hide assign button. Yeah, and it applies to all users. Here, as you can see, you can create pages only for technician. You can customize pages the way a page appears to the technician. You can customize the way a page appears to a requester, and also to all requests, all users. So for now, we're going to do this for all users, and we're going to manipulate some data in the request details page. And the condition, as I said, is that if the mode is phone call, I would like to hide the assign button. So here we've already given you a script. You just copy and paste this here. And instead of the edit button, you're going to replace it with assign, and then you will save the script. So we've already created one such rule here. Now let's see how this rule works. So a request, I'm going to add a regular request, and I'm going to use a template. The requester can be Jennifer. So Jennifer's the mode is going to be chat, and then she's going to add the request. When Jennifer adds the request, you will see that the assign buttons appearing. Okay, and also note that the mode we selected it to be chat. So now let's go ahead and create a request, of course using a template. Templates make life easy, don't they? And again, let's pull up Jennifer, and this time she's going to select the mode to be phone call, and she adds the request. And let's look for the request details page. This is the request details page. The assign buttons missing here. So that's the scripting that we have done. Now let's use another example. Now let's say um, if the request type is going to be request for information, it's merely a request for information. So when it's a request for information, we would like the request details page to have a button that allows the user to create a Jira ticket. Okay, again in the request details page, if the request type is request for information, please execute the script that's going to add a button. Yeah. So that's how we created this script. And let's see how this works. We're going to create a request. Again, we're going to use a request template. But this time we're going to select the request type to be request for information and add request. You would see prominently displayed here a create Jira ticket button. So to recap on what page scripts help you do, they help you change functionalities on a page, customize the look and feel of a page by user, use conditions to modify the appearance of a page. And how do we do all of this? By using custom scripts that we have already loaded into the application. Now, the next item on the agenda are the reply templates. As we all know in the ITSM sphere, we all love templates because it helps us save a lot of time, because we don't want to keep writing the same information all over again. We don't want to create forms from scratch. So and as we all know, ServiceDesk Plus provides you a lot of templates. We provide you incident templates, service templates, resolution templates, and now we have reply templates. As you can see, the people who have access to reply templates are the SD admin, help desk config, and technicians with specific permissions. So let's see how reply templates are configured. Reply templates are available under the incident management. Here you can configure any reply template. So most often We need more information from the user. And while composing the message, you can use the $sign to bring in any of the variables you require. Dear first name or last name. And you can use, even while you compose the body of the message, there is any number of variables that you can use, and save the template for future use. Now you would notice that there are two buttons here: visible to all technicians, visible only to me. So visible only to me is for specific technicians with specific permissions for their personal use. Let us see how those templates are configured in a minute. But let's also, before that, see how reply templates can be used by technicians. So here's a problem with email attachment. Person merely needs to go ahead and say reply, and the reply template is available right here. You just say need more details, and then attach the file and send it across. So as far as specific permissions for technicians are concerned, let's see how this works. This is available under quick actions and to manage reply templates. Here, this technician can go ahead and create the templates she requires, and which can be used for her for the requests she is assigned. Could be need more information, and she can say. So to recap, reply templates it's for the same reason that we use templates in all other contexts. You can use reply templates for frequent email responses. They save time and effort spent in creating responses from scratch, and technicians with view permissions can create private reply templates. Moving on to the last item on the agenda is the My Assets widget. Now, this is a widget that is available by default on the requester portal. Let us see how this is available on the requesters portal. You, as the administrator, can check if this is available. This is available under General Settings in your self-service portal. Go ahead, click Customize Self-Service Portal, and you will see that the My Assets widget is available right at the lower right corner of the screen. If this is not available, just go press the widget button, and the default widgets are already displayed. Just click it and it will be displayed on the requester portal. Now let's see how this is available on the requester portal. So here's the requesters portal. Now let's say this user's got an issue with her laptop. She says the application's crashing frequently. You will notice that all the asset details required have been captured right here in the template. And this makes it easy for the technician to work with, and also there's no need for any back and forth information specifically on the asset. So a short recap on the My Assets widget. It lists the user's associated widgets on the requester portal. It helps the user raise service or incident requests related to the specific asset easily. So with that, we come to the end of this short webinar by us, the user education team. The webinar is now open for questions. Thank you for your questions. Somebody would like to know if what other scripts are available. All the scripts that are available are there right on the application, and just as how I was manipulating those scripts, you could do them, or you could also write to us at hello at servicedeskplus.com and reach out to us, and we'll be able to help you. All are these options available in 11.0? No, they are available only in 11.1. For those of you who've just joined us, we will be sending out a recording to you shortly. In the next 2 to 3 days, you will be receiving a recording. To access all these features, you will have to come up to the build number 11103 11.103. Okay, we have another question. What is the difference between paid scripts and custom scripts? Custom scripts are scripts that you use to integrate or customize within ServiceDesk Plus and with other products. But paid scripts are scripting that you would use to script within the application, only the pages within the application. We can. Somebody would like to know about tags, how many tags we could add. You can add up to 10 tags, a maximum of 10 tags per request. Somebody would like to know about request reply templates. Yes, they are a new feature in the sense that the private templates are available. You can make them private and public. That's what is new about reply templates. So there are a couple of questions on tags. If tags can be added for closed requests, yes, you can add them for closed requests. And somebody would like to know if you have created a custom field for tags. So clearly, you probably used an additional field to create a tag. Yes. But they cannot be populated as tags as they currently exist. So these tags are different from the tags that you probably created as an additional field. They remain as additional fields, and these are separate tags. Just to reiterate, a recording of this webinar will be made available in the next few days. And as far as scripting is concerned, we are always available. Please do reach out to us at hello at servicedeskplus.com. Hello is HELLO at servicedesk.com, servicedeskplus.com. We will be around for the next couple of minutes if there are any questions. These options are available in 11.1, and the build is 11.110 or 11103. You'll have to come up to that build. You'll have to upgrade to that build, and that is when all these features will be available. So, since there are no more questions, here are some resources that you can use. Our admin guide is available. There are product videos, a support portal, and the community where a lot of discussions happen about our products, and where a lot of customers are giving us new ideas about features. And you can also go to servicedeskplus.com/support.html and log your feature requests or any doubts or queries you may have about this webinar or also about any other features. So thank you so much for being a lovely audience. Hope to meet you all soon. So until then, signing off on behalf of the user education team is Hannah. Thank you.